This is
Throwing Shade, where feminasty Aaron Gibson
and homosensual Brian Safi
take a look at the headlines in politics
and pop culture
and treat them with much less respect than they deserve.
Can you handle it? Call your girlfriend. It's time to hit her now. 'Cause you are indestructible. We went to Robin last night.
I did go to Robin last night.
No, we both did.
I went to Robin last night. You were there too?
I was there.
Oh, that's so funny. Then you saw me
dancing?
Front row.
Everyone at the front row in the Hollywood Bowl could give two shits about
They
who
were
was
all
ever on.
sitting down just like, hey, money.
Because they have money.
They're all very rich.
Yeah. So her first outfit was a deconstruction of a
Mike
boxer.
Tyson.
Yeah. And then her second one was she was like sequin tank top, bring out a stage, another stage, and I'll just do crunches.
I loved it.
She just straight exercise.
You know what I love about her is she fully just did like crunches and like squats on the stage.
She was like,
also,
maybe we can make it happen, baby.
It was great. She also just like gives zero shits about showing skin, and it's just like such a powerful woman that it's just hot to watch her.
She also has the best mullet I've ever seen in my life.
It was a good mullet. It was like a Legend of Billie Jean mullet.
I want that
she
mullet.
Had a mullet. Speaking of poops, did I tell you about my love-hate relationship with Fiber One bars?
Yeah.
I had a Fiber One bar last week that nearly sent me into orbit. Fart-wise.
It was like one of those things that you get out on the river with.
Yeah.
The hydro packs.
Yes.
Yeah.
If I could have compiled all of my farts and sharts, by the way, from last week, it would have literally sent me into orbit. I had one little square of Fiber One. I went on a date Friday night with my boyfriend. We had a date night. I had to go to the bathroom for sharts. And then I came back, and 10 minutes later, I lied and said I left my phone in the bathroom so that I could shart yet again.
I have watched Cosmos. I have seen what it looks like if if we could see greenhouse gases and how much more careful we'd be about the environment. Mm-hmm. It's not factories.
No.
It's not any kind of like shit we're putting on crops. It's you. It's you and Fiber
I know
One.
it's me.
And that is why we are microwaving our planet.
I was in my bedroom. I did a Fiber One fart, a Fiber One special.
It's still a fart if it's a Fiber One fart.
I left my room and walked back, and I ended up looking for a dinosaur because I thought that there was probably one in my room.
Why is that?
Because the smell.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to guess how I'm here? Because I have an exciting story for you. That's true.
You ran?
No. Yes.
Skied? Cross-country skied?
Someone recommended, because I really want to, when I was like in high school and stuff, I was really into running and I was very good at it. And I was like, oh, I really want to get back into that.
You were good at running? That's like saying you're good at eating.
I meant I could go like long distance.
Okay.
I could run like,
Guess what? My legs move. That's what you basically
yeah,
said.
exactly. Yeah. So someone was like, oh, you should go to this, I can't remember the name of the store, but someplace in Atwater that was like a run, and it's amazing. It's like this mom and pop shop. You go in, they like look at your foot and like make you do these weird exercises, and they're like, okay, so this is what's wrong with your thing.
This is weird. Did you be naked?
No, you're fully clothed. And then you try on the shoes that they recommend for you, and they watch you just like run down the block and run back. And then by the end, you have the perfect shoe. The whole process takes like 20 minutes. It was amazing.
And who are mom and pop? Do they make you call them mom and pop?
No, it's just like a family run
I won't
business.
do that.
Yeah.
I'm not going into calling a stranger mom or pop.
Why? It's great.
Also, why pop?
Huh?
Why not papa?
Because
I'll call someone Mima and Papa.
Okay.
Is it a Mima and Papa shop?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I mean, yeah. The point is, watch out, world, because here comes Fancy Feet. You know what I mean? Me.
We're about to have the 4th of July. We're about to celebrate the independence of this country under the oppressors of whatever, Europe, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Sparkler
I love
dance.
your sparkler dance.
Yeah.
You are basically America wrapped in American Apparel t-shirt.
Yep, exactly.
So I can't think of a better way to celebrate how women are treated in this country than to go over some interesting things that happened in the very recent future. No,
Oh, they're
past.
about to happen?
Okay, let's pretend it was a month ago and I'm predicting this.
Okay.
Okay. Hobby Lobby.
Oh, God.
As we know.
I threw open my windows and doors when I heard that decision today. I was
You did?
so
So
thrilled
happy?
that family businesses are finally getting a voice.
So the Supreme Court ruled that business owners with religious objections to birth control may defy federal rules requiring most employers to include contraceptive health care in their plans.
Yeah.
What is cool about this?
Everything.
Hobby Lobby, a family-owned company.
Family owned.
That buys products from China,
Yeah.
which actively does, gender abortion.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're clearly putting their Christian values in the products they sell.
And what I love about this family business is the Greens, the family business that owns 500 stores in the US, that family business. I want to know if the owners of this family business hire every single one of their employees themselves and ask about their religious convictions.
They know every single employee.
Every single employee.
They send out 500 Christmas gifts. They send out 500 birthday. Oh, no. That's
just the
store.
store. Thousands.
It must take them years to learn
It
names.
must, because I'm just so thrilled that the religious convictions of 2 people have much more emphasis than on the thousands of employees they have.
Well, I also love just how religious they are. The fact that they'll cover
too.
vasectomies and they also cover Viagra. They're like, look, God spoke to me in a fever dream and said men should have boners and we should absolutely make sure that men's boners aren't spitting out the sperm. But I don't want women controlling that. That's where I take God's hand and I lead him into the right decision.
I am truly dying to know how religious these people really are. I'm dying to know how closely they follow the Bible.
Religious that they absolutely care about American workers and they care about buying American products.
Yeah. So this ruling was for family businesses.
Family businesses.
90% of companies in the US are family business. Heinz is considered a family business, not a public company. Dole is considered a family business. Bloomberg is considered a family business because they're private. So that's what they mean by family business. That language makes it seem like it's a small business. It's not true at all.
It's not true at all. And it was a 5-4 decision.
Yeah.
And Ruth Bader Ginsburg was like, y'all be fucking tripping.
She was straight up Whitney Houston, Queen of the Night lyrics.
Yeah.
She was like, I'm zero having this.
By the way, I'm so sorry that you want to pay for someone's birth control. I have had it with this argument of like, well, why should I have to pay for something I'm not using? I don't want fucking roads. I don't want to pay for your fucking roads. I don't want to pay for water to go to these people's house.
The Greens?
Yeah, the Greens. I'm not paying for your fucking lawn system. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm not bringing you water to your house. I'm not bringing electricity.
For their lawn system. I love a lawn system.
You know they have a lawn system.
Absolutely.
For your topiaries or whatever.
For your Miracle Grow.
Yeah.
Quit ruining the planet.
I'm not bringing electricity to your house.
Absolutely
That's not on my dime. I'm just saying, if you're going to live in this fucking country and you're going to pretend to be an American.
Be a do-right man.
Why don't you take care of other people?
Stand up and take care of your business.
Thank you so much. If you want to pay, if you're okay paying for someone's fucking proctology exam, why aren't you okay paying for someone birth control? It's
also,
the same thing.
They consider the morning after pill abortion. Like that's where these people are at. They consider like covering something like the morning after pill just straight up aborting.
These people have figured out. They have deluded themselves into thinking they don't hate themselves.
Yeah.
They've deluded themselves into thinking they're upright
and
people.
That this company is a person. Like Hobby Lobby is a Christian is basically what they're saying.
Mrs. Lobby if you're nasty.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It is not about birth control and it's not about God.
It's
about cash money, squirrel it in the pocket, duck it, making it rain, bitch.
Yeah.
They just want to make it rain. It is about profits, plain and simple. Nobody like the Greens gets to be as rich as they are without cutting some really shitty corners, and they're fucking doing it.
Absolutely. This is just a corner to be cut. This is just money to be made.
This has nothing to do with religion, because if they had any religious convictions, as I said, they wouldn't be buying products from China, which is basically, like, as far as America's concerned, a godless country.
Right.
You know what I mean? Don't hide behind your fucking Bible and say that this is what this is. This is about money, plain and simple, and stop making women... putting them in the middle of this argument.
And I have to say, like, very
also,
quickly,
how much can Viagra? Viagra must cost a ton of money. I can't imagine Viagra costs more than birth
not on the
control.
street.
Well, that's not
Street
Viagra.
Viagra?
I'm not talking about street Viagra.
Street Viagra? Absolutely. I go to my dealer and I say,
Do you have boner problems?
no, but I have.
You do extra boners.
I have problems when I don't have a boner. So I'm constantly feeding
Oh,
myself.
you need a boner constantly.
Yeah. I'm going to jump onto your shoe right now because I have one thing to add. It's a very slippery slope for gay people. We've talked about it a lot on this show, but a religious exemption for someone not baking you a cake because you're gay, for someone not letting you use their wedding hall or whatever, using their photography services because you're gay for religious reasons. Mississippi already has something like that. Arizona wanted to do something like that, as did Kansas. It's a very slippery slope for just outright discrimination to protect freedom of religion, which is already very protected.
All the Supreme Court did is they took a mountain and people were trying to slide down it and it was really hard and they put a fucking slip and slide on it.
Now,
That's
see,
the
that
slippery
sounds
slope
fun.
we're
When
doing.
you put it like that, I'm all for this Hobby Lobby decision because I love a good slip and slide.
I only love it
I want
'cause
my nipples to run blood raw.
I want all the oxygen to be knocked out of my lungs.
Yeah.
That's exactly how I felt when I heard this ruling. Like I had jumped on a slip and slide too hard.
See, but that sounds fun. So go Hobby Lobby.
Well, I did vomit all over the place.
Oh, you did? Did it taste as good coming back up as it did going down?
Yes, spaghetti and popcorn.
Yeah.
Brian,
I know.
I'm crazy right now.
Yeah, I know. Crazy in love.
What?
I don't know. I was trying to do Beyonce, who's also from Texas.
That's the worst transition ever.
That's what we planned,
Rhett Miller's
though.
here today.
Hi, Rhett Miller.
Hi guys.
How are you?
Are you always prefaced with a Beyonce lyric?
Well,
Yeah.
usually because the two of us get confused a lot.
Yeah.
I can see
For
that.
each other. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, Rhett, we know you obviously from the old 97s, and we also know you from your solo career.
Thank you.
Why do you think Ace of Base never went solo?
I don't really know what that means.
Do you remember it at
They
all?
were a Swedish 4-part group, but they all sang.
But was there an Ace?
There should have been.
That's the problem.
That's what should have happened.
There
And then
was
it would
no
be
Ace.
Ace from Ace of Base.
I was solo in high school. I was a teen folkie. And
What were you listening to in high school that got you, that were like, this is the thing I want to start singing?
that's
this
really
person.
funny. Well, I listened to a lot of British and Scottish stuff
like
Shoegazer?
dirges.
well, I did like shoegazer stuff. Teenage Fan Club was
Yep.
was big.
Mm-hmm.
But I was a huge Bowie.
Brian has no idea who that is.
But I love the name.
I was a huge Bowie fan.
Of course.
And eventually I loved Belle and Sebastian, speaking of this.
Oh, they're great.
Oh. So your new album, or I guess your latest album with Old 97s is Most Messed Up.
Yeah, I'm glad you didn't say last album because when people say that, it freaks me out. I'm like, are you gonna murder me? Like, how do you
Yeah.
know this is my last album with them?
I want to know from your title, Most Messed Up, for the Old 97s album, what is the most messed up you've ever been?
There was a night when we were doing pre-production for this record, and my friend Tommy Stinson from The Replacements texted me and said, I'm playing with Guns N' Roses here in Dallas.
He texts like that
It-
smoky
even,
style.
in his
even in
voice.
text
Yeah,
messages.
I love it.
He's been a rock star since he was 12, so he does whatever he wants.
Yeah.
Come see Guns N' Roses. I went and saw the gig. I didn't get to meet Axl, but when Tommy walked me through the dressing room afterwards, I walked past an open door at House of Blues, and there was a couch, and Axl was on the couch in a muumuu with a small Asian woman giving him a foot massage.
Yes, thank God.
It was perfect. I was like,
Everything
oh,
is right about that.
yeah, and so Tommy and I went out late night drinking, and I thought, well, I can keep up with Tommy Stinson. I drink like a champ, right? Not. So I got back to my hotel. I thought the bed was here. The bed was way over there. I went to take off my shoes and broke my elbow.
Oh, man.
So Tommy Stinson was obviously to blame for that.
Did
So
he take you to the emergency room?
No, but I called him from the emergency room and I said, you have to come play rhythm guitar in the pre-production today because you did this to me. And he did, and that actually was what wound up with him playing on our record. 'Cause
No
it sounded
way.
really good.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
The most messed up I've ever been, since you asked,
Nobody asked.
it was the worst night of my life. I was in New Jersey going to a party, and I just didn't even want to be there. So then I ended up getting really wasted. I came back on a bus to Manhattan. I was so sick. I ended up in the bathroom of the Port Authority bus terminal, and my lips touched the toilet I was vomiting in.
Mine's worse.
And that's why I'm gay. That all the filth on that toilet seat. Anyway.
I was in college and I was going to a junior college because I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. And I was at a party, a baseball party, and there's this.
A baseball party.
I had a
was that
crush-
the theme?
No, it was the baseball
players.
team. Yeah,
They're cute.
Duh. I had a crush on the catcher, and he was making out with a girl in front of me, and I got really sad. And he was like, "Don't worry, I'll make out with you later." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And I believed, and no self-esteem at all, right? So I was like, "I'll wait for you at my apartment," because I was one of the only people who had an apartment there. And so I went home and I waited for him, and I read John Grisham's Rainmaker, and he never showed up.
Yeah.
Ever.
Well, because he probably had
He
a sixth sense
probably saw-
about what you were reading, and he was like, she's a John Grisham fan? No. Only thing worse could have been Dan Brown, who wasn't even around.
It wasn't even Dan Brown. No, Dan Brown was the next year.
Has Old 97s ever been on Hot 97?
No, they tried and tried and tried, but Hot 97 only plays bad music.
Oh, right. Sure. So, yeah. You hemorrhaged your vocal cords?
Oh, gosh.
Is that real?
Did you lie about
Did
that?
you make that up?
There was an element of misdiagnosis. It wound up being not as bad as they thought, and it was so crazy. By the way, when did news sources start just being like retweet facilities? So I tweeted something
5 years ago.
Hemorrhage vocal cords. I had to cancel this one appearance. And it got picked up like Billboard. It was on the front page of Billboard. It was on the front page of RollingStone.com.
Yeah.
I'm like, that was the day I decided I was going to quit smoking because I still smoked cigarettes back then.
Yeah.
And so I went to this doctor in New York, but the doctor was like, hey, yeah, this happens to lots of singers. You want to see a picture of Mick Jagger's throat? I just looked at it the other day, and he showed me a picture of the inside of his throat. I don't know if you guys know what the inside of a throat looks like, but it looks a lot like a vagina.
I bet.
Oh, that's
So-
why people
Blowjobs.
do oral.
That
I
makes.
never
I
thought of
didn't
that.
even think about it.
Yeah.
So I saw the inside of Mick Jagger's, me and David
Vagina?
Bowie, the only people.
Okay, so Rhett, we want to play a game with you.
Okay.
Called Shade or No Shade.
Okay.
And basically we just call something out and you either say shade, which means you don't like it.
Okay.
Or no shade, which means you do like it.
Okay.
Hank Williams Sr.
No shade.
Yeah.
Hank Williams Jr.
Shade.
Money.
You know, I say shade.
Really?
Yeah.
Fuck that shit.
Oh, you're better than I am.
Unless you want to give me some, because...
Right, exactly. The View.
Shade.
Yeah.
People in North Carolina calling it North Kakalaki.
Is that a real thing?
Yes.
You know what? Hard K's are funny. I'm going to go no shade.
Yeah.
They are funny. People who wear life vests in swimming pools.
I'm going to say no shade because I have a swimming pool. I don't want anybody dead at the bottom.
Yeah.
enough.
I've already saved 2 kids from that freaking
What?
swimming pool.
Really?
Why can't they swim?
Well, because one was 2.
Not an excuse.
And the other one was a Brooklyn kid.
Oh, you can't teach city kids to do anything like that.
Would you rather work with... Oh, no. Never mind. I was going to ask if you'd rather work with Mariah Carey or Whitney Houston, but the decision has been made for you. There's only one left.
Because only one left.
Yeah.
That took
That's
me a
why I
second.
hesitated. I'm sorry. But if she were alive, who would you rather work with? And now if you don't say her, it's going to look really bad.
I'm going to say Whitney.
Yeah, exactly. That's it.
She knows how to party. Whoa,
She does
you
know-
won.
You
Yeah,
guys
you
know how to
won.
party.
Yeah, we certainly do.
Thank you so much. And you're going to play a song for us?
Yeah.
Okay. we
Rhett,
love
it was such a pleasure.
You're a
you
doll.
were amazing.
You're
So
my
fun.
fellow Texans.
Yes,
You're my
we're
best
doing
friends
it
forever.
together.
Absolutely.
Look, I'm going to
Do you
give you
wanna
guys
get
my
tats?
number. Just call me every 5 minutes.
Okay. You know Texans.
Deal.
Your eyes are the color of the earth as seen from outer space. You got a gorgeous face, though it's a little odd. Tell me that you like the songs that tell the story of real love, the kind that's flawed. Let's drink whiskey and do it all night long. Yeah, let's get drunk and get it on. I'll take you to a cheap hotel out on the interstate. Well, you look so great to me. This is the perfect place for a rendezvous. It's got a rotten view, but the ice is free. Let's drink whiskey and do it all night long. Yeah, let's get drunk and get it on. Woo! Lay out a blanket beneath the water tower. Watch the meteor shower, heaven on display. We got it right here, right now, lucky us. Well, it's wondrous, what a perfect day. Drink champagne and make love all night long. Oh, let's get drunk and get it on. Let's drink whiskey and do it all night long. Oh, let's get drunk and get it on. Let's get drunk and get it on. Let's get drunk and get it on. Woo! Oh, yeah.